Hey everybody, it's Mike. I wanted to share another message with you today as I'm trying to share my journey and be transparent with you as I go through this process of finding my purpose and my why. I've been working on the business here. If you're following me on LinkedIn, you'll see that I posted today about authentic selling and some of the easier ways to leverage trust to grow your business. I also have talked a lot about employee development, learning and development, personal development, and developing a culture of collaboration and teamwork to help people perform their best. I saw two things from Simon Sinek today, so he's kind of going to be the influencer of the day. The first was a video he shared where he talked about the best businesses solve real-world problems, and they come from personal experiences. I can say that that's where the core of my business and my focus are things I've experienced in the workforce that were subpar, that could be better, where I'm trying to help make those improvements that can affect many and not just a few. The second thing I saw from Simon Sinek, I stopped at the library and I picked up his book, Leaders Eat Last. And I was kind of speed reading through a couple of the chapters that I saw the most interest in, and they were about culture. So in the chapter I was reading, it talked about Stanley O'Neill, who was the CEO of Merrill Lynch around the time of the stock market crash, and there were some very questionable things that happened there. So what I can say about Stanley O'Neill and how he was highlighted in this book is that he was a very greedy and selfish man. He wasn't leading the company with the company's best interest. He had his own agenda to empower himself and put himself on a pedestal. They had a culture in place at Merrill Lynch they called Mother Merrill, something like that, right? Don't quote me completely, but they were treating people really good. And how O'Neill saw this is that it was soft and unfocused, and it got in his way. He had no interest in fostering any healthy corporate culture. The business was all about competition in a competitive atmosphere, and that's exactly what he created. But he didn't just create a competitive atmosphere with external competitors. He created that kind of culture where people competed intensely against each other within the daily job. And what that creates is a lot of walls and silos, and it kills collaboration, it kills communication, and it's detrimental to a business. So I've worked in an organization like this, and we had great days until it took on this toxic culture. And I know there's a lot of people that work in cultures where they feel it's toxic and it's just sucking the energy and the life out of them. And if you're one of those people, the first thing you can do is, they say you're 90%, 10% of life happens to you, 90% is how you deal with it. So the first thing you can do is not feel guilty because of the atmosphere you're in, but not allow it to affect you, so you take that home and allow it to suck your energy. But the second thing you can do is start looking for a way out, to strategize, to make a better choice in your next employer so that they do offer you a culture that's uplifting, that's encouraging, that's collaborative, that develops their employees. I say a lot that I want to have a cause bigger than myself. I want to find meaning in my work beyond my work, right? Not just what I'm doing 9 to 5, but in supporting a bigger culture, bigger goals, whether it's community service or it's helping your teammates, if it's developing other people. And maybe for some of you, it means you're going to have to be an entrepreneur because you just can't find a company that will treat you the way you want to be treated. But I've made it my life work to help create cultures that are inclusive and progressive and develop and invest in their employees. And they'll invest, companies that do this have good retention. They have brand loyalty inside the organization and outside of it. And what that means is people will refer their best friends and the best fit for a job within your organization because they trust that you'll take good care of them. They trust that they'll be treated with respect. I've worked for companies and people said, Mike, don't you have friends that would take this job? And at the end of the day, I wouldn't refer my enemies into the job because you're going to treat them like shit, and I can't trust you to take care of them. If I feel it's cutthroat, I'm never going to refer someone I care about into that type of position, whether it helps the company or not, because my integrity and my reputation is on the line. On the other hand, if you take good care of your employees, I'd be happy to refer every single person I know for a good opportunity at a company that takes care of their people and invests in them. So with that being said, that's what I'm sharing today. If you're in a toxic culture, don't allow it to kill you. Take some time, control your thoughts, step back, and start strategizing on what your next move is. If you want to make a move to entrepreneurship, I'm here. Follow me on my journey. Let me know if I can help. I've got a nice network of people on LinkedIn. I'm going to encourage you to continue to connect with me there. There's some amazing dialogue going on every day. And keep your head up, right? We can all do better together. And I want to do better, be better every day. And I hope I can encourage you to do the same. Have a good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. We'll talk soon.